Hearing some monkey sounds right there. See if we hear any more whoops.
Aliens are among us. No doubt about it.
Hey y'all, this is Wild Blue. So I tried to film a live stream for this. Just an opening sequence here. Don't know if it went through. I'm pretty far out here in the boonies, Brojacks. So I don't know if it went through. But anyway, I'm out here investigating some Sasquatch sightings from years ago. Just this general area out here on the Sabine River, Panola County, Texas. If you watch some of Les Stroud's Bigfoot Survivorman, he's actually been out in this area. So anyway, there's been a few sightings out here, just up the river a couple miles there. So I'm going to get into those real quick and go through exactly what these people saw out here. So the first one I'm going to talk about occurred in 2004. We had a guy out here, he was hunting hog. He left his stand to go put out some bait for him. Returned to the stand and got his rifle ready and looked out, and he saw the hogs, about 3 of them. Then he saw something else, something big and hairy that wasn't a hog. He got to looking at it through his scope and saw what appeared to be a Sasquatch. So he saw it making its way towards him, got down on all fours and just leapt through the air. Caught one of them, grabbed it and pounded it into the ground, beat it like it was beating on a desk is how he described it. Killed the thing dead right there. And then it took off with it, let out a roar and a whoop sound, and had another whoop sound off in the distance, like responding to it. And then the Squatch stood up with the hog and looked back at our poor soul who saw this guy, and then it let out a little growl. Terrified the guy half to death before it took off into the trees. So that was it for that sighting. I believe that one occurred about 5:30 in the morning. I believe it was in November. Another sighting occurred. It was in 1988. I believe it was just up the bend here on this river. Not far at all, probably less than a mile from this area I'm standing in right now. And so anyway, there were some kids out camping in the evening. They had just got done fishing, got a whole mess of catfish, and they was preparing to go to sleep. One of the guys, he was 16 at the time, our witness, he actually stepped out to take care of the fish. His friends were off doing something else, so he was by himself. And that's when he saw something. Thought it was a family of raccoons at first, but then he realized it was one big mass of some kind. He got to looking even closer, shine his light on it, and the thing stood up. This guy described himself as being about 6 foot tall, 250 pounds, and this beast that stood before him was much larger than himself, at least 6'5". Who knows how much it weighed. It was all covered in mud and all matted in fur. He couldn't tell what color it was. He described it as being something like you would see a pig rolling around the mud to protect itself from insects. So that's what this guy saw. He said the beast took off into the forest. He went back to tell his friends. Of course, they didn't believe him. He went back afterwards and found all his catfish had been gone. The Squatch made off with them, I guess. Saw the next morning there were some footprints. It was Footprints about 5-toed. Dude described himself as being a size 13 shoe. And this guy, and this Squatch's prints were much larger. There's another sighting took place in 1992. It was actually a sight, not actually a sighting, it was more of a circumstantial evidence that led them witness to believe that it was something out of the ordinary like a Squatch. So what they saw was when they was hunting a deer, this dude and his wife out in the forest here around the Sabine River. The woman shot the deer, it fell down, but then it got back up and tried to escape into the forest. They knew it wasn't going to last long, so they went after it. Followed the trail of blood, came across an area where the blood had pooled, but no deer. And they saw some more trickles of blood leading off into the trees and went to investigate and found some broken branches. And as they went along, they're hearing whoops and roars and stuff, knocks, classic signs of Sasquatch. So anyway, that was it for that one. So here I go, continuing on here, going a little bit deeper into these woods from this park I'm at. See if I can find any sort of evidence, any footprints, or maybe even see the big guy up close. Hoping I don't run into no alligators out here. But I do got, let's see if I can show them, some brand new Magellan snake boots. Snake Defender 2.0. So if there's any rattlers out here, they're going to have some trouble if they run into me. Check out this trail here. If there ain't any Bigfoot out here, there may be some ghosts, because this looks haunted as heck. This is beautiful. I'm sure. I'm glad I got my snake boots. Jump over spider web there. Looking for the classic telltale signs of broken branches. Looking for the giant footprints. Seeing if there's anything out here. Tell you what, if I didn't have my bug spray on, mosquitoes out here would be having a field day with me. They're all over the place, and they're gigantic too, almost prehistoric looking. Looky here, we got a pretty large track here. Looks to be just a human footprint in like a boot or something. A bit larger than my own. A couple of them there. Keep moving on. Big old tree right here. Keep hearing this strange sound, almost like a moan. And that's what one of those guys in those stories I was relating to y'all earlier made a sound that was like a moan rather than, you know, like a traditional Squatch sound. Maybe it was just a bug flying by my head, I don't know. Check this out. Is this some kind of tree structure here? Almost could be a nest right here. The ground looks to be disrupted to some degree. More mosquitoes. Got my mosquito shield on though. Some strange looking mounds over here. Something's been dug this whole area up right here. Made like a little hill. Got another even larger one over here. Check this one out right here. This little mound here. It's like dug out of the ground here. Piled up. Can't tell what exactly caused it. Not seeing any sort of recognizable prints anywhere over here. Definitely some broken branches on the ground all over. Some sort of fire may have come through right here. Very large tree has been uprooted here. Whole thing just knocked over. This was some sort of natural occurrence, or some Sasquatch family banded together and pulled this guy over. Heard another sound. Oh, just a big bug flying around my head. What was it? Not seeing any prints over here. I'll tell you what, it's pretty hot out here. Got all the long sleeves on to protect me from the critters and the bugs and stuff, but it sure doesn't help when you're dealing with the humidity and the heat. You can see this area gets washed away quite a bit. See, floods in the rainier season. Some kind of deer track right here. Quite a few of them actually. This is the perfect area to see prints. The ground is fairly soft. So if any squatch has been walking through here, I might be able to see exactly where he's been. Stuff's like quicksand. Mosquitoes haven out here. Stand still too long, I sink right down into it. See some kind of clearing over here. I'll check that out and start making my way back to the river. Got a nice set of trees piled up there, probably just washed in there. The rains. Check this tree out. Don't see them growing like that every day. Looks like I found myself some sort of a road leading probably to an oil site. Several of them scattered throughout here in the forest. So I guess that is my cue to turn around and go check out the forest edge. Go check out the river's edge and hang out there for a little while before I move on. Check out what this little shack is over here. Looks like another old dump station. Hearing some monkey sounds right there. See if we hear any more whoops. I checked out the south side, heading south from my starting position, so I'm going to go back a little bit to the northwest area, see if there's anything to see over on this side before I head out. Because in fact, this is where most of those sightings occurred that I discussed earlier. They're upstream here, the way I'm walking now. Check that out. I've got a little guy right there. Armadillo. Hardly ever see these guys alive. Usually they're roadkill. It's like he hasn't seen me yet. Check him out. Who knows what sort of diseases he got hidden in that shell of his. There he goes. Still ain't that scared of me. What do we have here? Some sort of lawn decoration. It's like the end of a flagpole. I don't know how that would have got on here. Maybe someone stole it and chucked it out here. Be my only guess. But on another spooky looking trail here. Sounds like an owl. But you know, squatches have been known from time to time to mimic owls. So who knows? This isn't one of the nastiest looking holes of water I've ever seen. That is absolutely disgusting. There's stuff living down in there too. No way, man. well, I think it's about time to wrap up this trip out here to the Sabine River. Didn't see too much, heard some sounds. Some sounds like a monkey or an owl. You know, could be either one of those. But one day I will return here. Hopefully go upriver a little bit more remote up in that way. Here in this other area, a little bit closer, I think, where the other sightings occurred of the Sasquatch. A little bit further up the river. It's getting dark now. Try to keep off here and just hang out for a few minutes, see if anything shows up. Saw a few hogs crossing the road a minute ago. So, anyway, here we are. Last stop of the day. Strange bird, I think, making that sound. Nearly got a full moon up there. Maybe we'll see ourselves a dog man. I guess he could be out here too. So, seems pretty quiet out here. No signs of Squatch or anything, so I'm gonna go ahead and head on out. I bet he's out here though. There's no doubt about it.